Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital 24H News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Alexis and Molly noticed TJ in the hallway of the courthouse, Alexis walked inside the courtroom to speak with him. Molly had been going over some of the entries in her journal and thanked TJ for bringing it. Ava and Rick sat at the defensive table together. Alexis advised Molly and Kristina not to let this break them up because they had already lost so much. The jury returned a not guilty verdict, and the judge entered. As the judge declared Ava free to leave and concluded the case, Kristina remained numb. When Sunny and Alexis attempted to speak to her, she was unable to respond or communicate. TJ rushed out of the room, and Molly ran after him. At last, Kristina turned to face Alexis. "That's all. Is it over?" Kristina inquired. "Indeed." Alexis informed her that there was no more legal option. Kristina just responded, "Okay," and got to her feet. TJ questioned Molly in the corridor about her true feelings over the decision. Molly stated tactfully that she believed Ava to be vile, but that it was an accident. TJ reiterated that he didn't inquire about Molly's opinion. He was curious about her feelings. "I assume you are happy with the decision based on what you just told me," TJ wrote. He walked away after telling Molly that he was happy she had gotten what she desired. Kristina approached Molly from behind and inquired as to what TJ had meant and what Molly specifically want. Molly clarified that she just wanted everything to be ended because she had lost so much. Molly told Kristina that she thought it was an accident and that no one was responsible as they started to dispute. "So, basically, you trust Ava's account of what happened more than mine," Kristina explained. Molly and Kristina were still fighting over what had transpired. Molly compared blaming Ava to blaming Kristina for tripping over the duffel bag. "Nobody could have foreseen what would transpire when Kristina entered Ava's room," Molly said. Knowing that she had occasionally placed the responsibility on Kristina, she apologized. "What I said to you at Irene's burial was inappropriate." "It was incorrect," Molly informed her sister. Rick repeating everything while she was on the stand, according to Kristina, didn't help. Kristina was unable to move on when Molly asked her to. Kristina shouted, "You're too scared to stand up for justice for our daughter." Molly claimed that all she wanted was quiet because she was worn out and had lost too much. Sunny told Ava she couldn't see Avery in the courtroom when she begged to see her. "She was better off without her," he said. Before Sunny could continue, Alexis cut him off. In order to use it against him, Rick instructed him to keep threatening to brainwash Ava's daughter. Ava questioned whether Sunny would actually look her in the eye and inform her that Avery hadn't requested her. Rick threatened to get Avery out of her house right away by filing an emergency order. Alexis cut Rick off and urged him to stop. She advised him to accept the victory and go on with some dignity. Ava informed Alexis that she was attempting to help Avery in the same manner that Alexis ought to have helped Kristina years prior by rescuing her from Sunny. Alexis reiterated that they should accept the victory and go, telling Ava that regardless of how she twisted the result, she was still accountable for a death. Rick retorted that neither Alexis nor Sunny made the decision about his client's destiny, the jury did. "Rick, we're discussing parenting." Alexis swiped, I see where we lost you." Sunny was informed by Rick that Avery would always be in danger since he would always be a crook. Ava pleaded with Sunny to consider Avery's needs alone. Reluctantly, Sunny invited Ava to visit in the late afternoon and said she could meet Avery the next day. As Kristina informed Molly that she realized that she could concentrate on finding peace and moving on because she had never truly been Adela's mother, Alexis and Sunny entered the hallway. "I'm finished." After saying, "We're done," Molly turned to go. Elizabeth gave Lucas an update on Lulu in the hospital. Liz informed him, "Last I heard, she's safe and surrounded by family." Lucas pondered whether that indicated Lucky was staying. In addition to wanting to be present for Elizabeth in the event that she is held accountable for Sam's death, she revealed that Lucky also wanted to remain in town for Lulu. Elizabeth told Lucas that because she was the nurse assigned to Sam on the day of her death, she was being reviewed. Lucas was summoned to Miami for an invitation to a private symposium. Brad heard Lucas explain the specifics to Elizabeth. Brad said in the hospital break room that he couldn't be with Lucas at work, so it was painful to watch him there. Though he believed he deserved the suffering, he questioned whether he was insane to subject himself to it. Stella touched Brad's hand and informed him that he was only human. Stella corrected Brad when he pointed out that he had committed numerous blunders, calling them crimes. She suggested that instead of changing for Lucas, he should change for himself. Act with sincere regret and improve, Stella continued. Trina informed Kai that she had been reading his project-related ideas and thought they were fascinating. He informed her that he was going to ask the professor for an extension because he needed one. Trina was furious that he had to prioritize a game above the project. According to Trina, if she wanted the life and profession she desired, she had to ace that class. Kai clarified that he also couldn't disappoint the school. Trina pointed out that by the time the game started, the class will be over. Trina clarified that she couldn't pass up the chance to deliver the proposal to Professor Donahue. She instructed Kai to do what he had to do, and she would follow suit. Kai inquired as to how he might compensate Trina. She said she wished he hadn't persuaded her he cared, but he viewed it as a challenge and wanted to win. Football was more important than her needs, she said sarcastically. Trina knew she loved painting, but football was her passion. Kai wished she would stop talking about football as though it were dumb. Trina wanted to finish the presentation without him, so she requested for his notes. When she was by herself, she called Ava and informed her that she needed to complete her art project and would not be able to come in for the remainder of the week. She expressed regret for disappointing her. A makeup artist at the studio told Lois that, now that she had removed her accent, she is an excellent spokesman. When Brooke Lynn arrived, she could tell that Lois was not feeling well. When Maxie showed up, she informed Brooke Lynn that their segment's sales target was $75,000. Maxie informed Brooke Lynn that she had persuaded Lucy to concentrate on the media and spreading the word about Lois' location. If they fail, they will lose their place on Home and Heart, according to Maxie. They didn't notify Lois about the sales need because Brooke Lynn didn't want to put further strain on her because she could sense that something wasn't right. Lois was marketing deception throughout the production when they received a call from someone named Franny. She was from Lois's former neighborhood, and while Lois expressed how wonderful it was to hear and know her voice, Franny told Lois that she wasn't pleased to hear it. Franny said, "I've called in to call you out." She recounted how, after Lois's success, her old neighborhood friends threw her a congratulations party, and now she has dropped her accent. The woman questioned, "Are you ashamed of your origins?" Lois interrupted Haven just as she was about to move on to another caller. Lois informed Franny that they had been friends for ages. "This pretentious manner of speaking needs to end if it has led you to believe that I am ashamed of my background." Lois gave a bark. From backstage, Brooke Lynn murmured, "You go, Ma." As Lois yelled into the camera that she and her voice were back, her accent reappeared. She informed the audience that although she had chosen to use a cosmetic voice, the only deception she ought to promote is the one she is holding. She returned to pitching the merchandise and involving Franny. Brooke Lynn checked on her tablet as Maxie inquired about the sales situation. She informed her that they were booming and that when Lois began speaking more naturally again, sales increased. Maxie declared that she would not be the one to correct Tracy. As she and Haven concluded the piece, Lois offered Franny one final shout-out. Brooke Lynn and Maxie informed them of their amazing sales numbers. "How do you feel about those apples?" As they passed, Lois asked the makeup artist. After researching the symposium, Brad asked Portia if he could attend. He noted that a viral diagnostician would benefit from lab expertise. Stella listened and watched him make his case for leaving. Brad must have learned that Lucas was leaving, Portia surmised. She informed him that the hospital Lucas visited was too essential for him to be there in order to try to improve his personal relationship. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.